The screen flickers to life. A bright ring light cuts through the darkness of Luna's tiny apartment. Her voice trembles at first, then steadies into that familiar influencer tone. Confident, breathless, a little rehearsed. Tonight isn't like her usual content. This isn't skincare or journaling or manifesting your best life. This is something different, something that might finally hit. The chat bubbles pop up faster than she can read them. Emojis, excitement, disbelief. No way she's actually doing it, one comment reads. Her smile widens, nervous but electric. She checks her follower count. The number ticks up. Her pupils dilate like she's watching a miracle unfold. Behind the lens, Ethan adjusts the tripod, silently mouthing, "Are you sure about this?" She nods without answering. The countdown timer flashes red. Live in 3, 2, 1. Her hand trembles on the mouse. The world narrows to a glowing screen and 1,000 strangers waiting to watch her cross a line she can't uncross. At first, everything feels like magic. Luna's voice carries confidence as she greets the chat, a polished rhythm practiced from hundreds of vlogs. "Hey guys, we're doing something crazy tonight." The audience floods her with hearts and encouragement. Each ping of a new follower sounds like a heartbeat. Ethan watches silently from behind the camera, his unease hidden behind the steady red recording light. Luna laughs too loudly, drinks from a tall glass, then launches into her viral challenge speech. The one she's been rehearsing for days. The chat explodes in excitement. But in between the compliments and hype, darker comments start to slip in. "You want, do it. Prove it. Go further." She doesn't react. Not yet. But the air in the room begins to change, like static before a storm. Luna's eyes flicker toward Ethan, who shakes his head subtly. She ignores him. The live stream is her stage now, and she's convinced the world is finally listening. The comment section begins to turn chaotic. Luna's energy heightens to match it, the rhythm of dopamine and performance. She starts pacing, laughing nervously, pretending not to care about the taunts. "You guys are wild," she says, voice cracking slightly. The viewers sense her tension and feed on it. Someone clips her awkward laugh and reposts it mid-stream. The viral loop begins. Ethan mutters something off camera, but Luna keeps performing. The thrill of attention is too strong. Her phone vibrates again. Text from Maya. "Don't do this, Lou. Please just stop." She reads it, mid-sentence, falters, then forces a grin. The chat explodes with laughter, calling her out for hesitation. The mask slips for half a second, revealing raw fear, but it's too late to step back. The internet has its eyes on her, and silence would be death. It's been 30 minutes. The view count is skyrocketing. Luna's breathing quickens. She's high on adrenaline, low on sense. The chat begins daring her to go further, to cross into riskier territory. Ethan's voice cuts through. "You don't have to do this." She looks back, then straight into the camera. "This is what viral looks like," she whispers, almost to herself. The tension between them crackles. The live stream becomes more than performance. It becomes a test of who she's willing to be for attention. Outside, sirens wail faintly in the city distance. The glow from her window pulses like a beacon. Viewers comment timestamps, clip reactions, make memes in real time. Luna's audience isn't watching anymore. They're consuming. A sudden glitch hits the stream. The video freezes, then pixelates. Luna panics, tapping frantically at her laptop. The chat erupts, thinking it's part of the show. "What's happening?" "Oh my god, this is crazy." Ethan leans over her shoulder, trying to fix it, but the tension in the air is suffocating. For a moment, Luna's expression drops. No filters, no pose, just raw fear. The screen returns to life, and she's mid-breath, staring dead into the lens. "Okay," she whispers. "Let's go." It's not excitement now. It's resolve. Something darker. The live stream clock reads 0. 42-7. The night has only begun. Before the chaos, Luna's world looked perfect, at least on camera. Every corner of her apartment was designed for illusion. Pastel walls, plants from thrift stores, framed quotes about self-love. But behind the ring light, her life was unraveling. Sponsorships had dried up. Her last brand deal ghosted her after low engagement. She spent nights scrolling other creators' pages, comparing follower counts, obsessing over who had made it. Ethan tried to help her see beyond the numbers. He'd tell her it's not real. None of this is real. But she didn't want real. She wanted relevant. Her smile on camera had become armor, bright enough to hide the cracks. The stunt she planned wasn't about content anymore. It was a last-ditch prayer to the algorithm, the only god she still believed in. Luna's followers saw the curated perfection. Her morning routine. Her manifestation rituals. None of them knew she filmed half of them after midnight, editing out the shadows under her eyes. Her confidence online was a role she played so well, even she believed it sometimes. The camera had become her only friend, her mirror and confessional. Ethan scrolled through the comments one night. Hundreds of people praising her, envying her. But all he could see was how lonely she looked when the recording stopped. "You don't even talk to me anymore," he said. Luna brushed it off, smiling the same smile she gave the audience. Her reality had been replaced by performance, and she didn't know how to step out of it. Days before the live stream, Luna met Maya for coffee. It was awkward. Old friends turned distant collaborators. Maya, always grounded, tried to talk sense into her. "You're chasing ghosts, Luna," she said. "You're treating your life like a thumbnail." But Luna wasn't listening. She was already planning her next post, her next hook, her next moment. Maya sighed, seeing what Luna couldn't. The burnout behind the glitter, the desperation behind the confidence. When they hugged goodbye, Luna's eyes flicked to her phone. A notification flashed. 0 new messages. 0 new followers. The silence stung worse than any hate comment. The night before the live stream, Luna stayed up late editing her teaser trailer. Dramatic music. Jump cuts. Text overlays promising? Something insane, she whispered to herself. This is it. This is how I get back. Ethan lay on the couch, half asleep, the hum of the ring light filling the silence. He didn't argue anymore. He knew she wouldn't listen. At 3 a.m., Luna recorded a final voice memo. "Tomorrow night, everything changes." Her voice cracked slightly at the end, but she didn't re-record. For the first time, it sounded real, and that terrified her. Morning arrives heavy and still. Luna wakes to the sound of her phone buzzing. Notifications from scheduled posts. The teaser already making waves. She's finally doing it. One comment reads. Her heart races. She stands before her mirror, rehearsing lines she's already said 1,000 times. Ethan watches from behind, eyes dull with fatigue. "You know once this starts, you can't stop it," he says quietly. Luna meets her reflection instead of his gaze. "That's the point," she whispers. In that moment, her fate is sealed, not by the stunt itself, but by her refusal to let the silence win. The live stream starts like a miracle. Luna's numbers double, then triple. Thousands flood in, drawn by her cryptic teaser and that impossible promise. "You won't believe what happens live." She greets her audience like old friends, voice trembling under the mask of excitement. "We're breaking boundaries tonight," she says, flashing a grin that doesn't quite reach her eyes. Ethan sits just out of frame, watching the viewer count spin upward. The apartment feels smaller with every new comment, every donation alert that pings through the speakers. The energy is infectious, the kind that feels like lightning before a storm. Luna feeds off it, letting the adrenaline drown out the fear. "You're all here for the truth," she teases. "So let's make history together. The audience explodes. She's trending within minutes. But the chat has changed. Faster. Sharper. Louder. They don't want truth. They want chaos. 20 minutes in, Luna begins pushing boundaries, daring herself to take risks just to keep the momentum. "You want real?" she asks, leaning close to the lens. "Let's go real." The audience roars in text form, spamming flame emojis and double dares. Ethan glances up from the monitor, worry tightening his jaw. "Luna, stop reading the chat," he mutters, but she's already gone. Every cruel comment is a spark. Every donation a hit of dopamine. She's shaking now. But she calls it energy. "We're just getting started," she yells, voice echoing off the apartment walls. The performance becomes something primal, part confession, part collapse. Ethan reaches for the camera to cut the feed, but she swats his hand away without looking. "Not yet," she whispers. They're watching. Clips of the live stream spread fast. Other creators react in real time, stitching her feed, narrating her every move. Twitter threads ignite. "Who is this girl? This is insane." The echo chamber amplifies everything. Praise, mockery, disbelief. Luna starts responding to the comments directly, addressing usernames, arguing, laughing. The line between show and reality disappears. Maya watches from her apartment, frozen in disbelief. She texts Ethan. No reply. Her phone buzzes with links, screenshots, people asking, "Isn't this your friend?" Maya's stomach twists. She knows what's coming. Luna isn't performing anymore. She's unraveling, live in front of millions. The chat turns cruel. They sense her vulnerability and tear into it. "Fake," they write. "Do something real. Prove it." Luna's breathing quickens. Her smile fractures. She starts pacing, talking to herself. Ethan steps in front of the camera, his voice firm. "Now, that's enough, Luna." The chat goes wild, calling him a villain, telling her to push him aside. "They love me," Luna says under her breath. "They just don't understand yet." She shoves past him and turns the camera again, tears streaking through her makeup. The comments blur into chaos. Hearts, insults, laughter. Her words start to tumble. "You wanted real," she says. "So don't look away now. The audience doesn't. None of them do." Luna's audience peaks at 70,000 live viewers. Every second is a spectacle. She's sweating, trembling, laughing. A storm of adrenaline and delusion. Ethan's voice fades into background noise. She holds her phone up, streaming from both devices now, desperate to capture every angle. Then, in the middle of her performance, her Wi-Fi falters. The video stutters. The chat freezes. Luna stares into the lens, silence stretching like a noose. For the first time all night, she looks lost. Then her voice breaks through, soft, almost childlike. "Don't leave me." The connection restores, and the screen floods with viewers again, laughing, mocking, celebrating the glitch like it's part of the act. Luna exhales, eyes wide. "You're still here," she whispers, smiling faintly. "Good. Let's keep going." The tension finally shatters. Luna stands frozen, blinking into the blinding lights. Her chat is no longer a chorus of admiration. It's an audience baying for spectacle. "You're losing it. Go harder. Make it worth it." The comments pour in like acid. Ethan's voice cuts through the chaos. "Luna, stop. They don't care." But she's too far gone to hear him. Her breathing quickens. Every nerve screams to keep performing. She tells herself this is just part of the act, a performance inside a performance. But her voice trembles. The live stream becomes a blur of noise. Alarms from donations, laughter echoing, her pulse hammering like static. She grips the edge of her desk and whispers, "This is my moment." Ethan steps closer, whispering, "No, Luna, this is the end." The power flickers. The lights dim for half a second, just long enough for the audience to gasp. The stream glitches, distorting Luna's face into jagged digital fragments. The chat explodes. What was that? Is this scripted? This is insane. Luna laughs nervously, trying to regain control. Just technical issues, guys, she says, but her voice cracks. Ethan moves toward the circuit box, muttering curses. It's overheating, he says. We're done. Luna spins, shoving him away. Eyes burning? No! Not now! The screen behind her starts to flicker again. Her reflection splits across multiple monitors, dozens of Luna staring back, each one slightly out of sync. She can't tell which is real anymore. The audience begins turning against her. Comments flood in accusing her of faking the meltdown. Others beg her to stop. A few taunt her. Keep going, Luna. Show us the real you. She looks into the lens, tears falling freely now. Isn't this what you wanted? She whispers. Her voice breaks mid-sentence. Ethan steps into frame, trying to shut the laptop. The camera catches his face clearly for the first time. Raw, angry, terrified. They're not your friends, Luna, he shouts. She screams back. They're all I have. The words hang heavy in the humid air. Then, silence. The chat pauses, the audience stunned. Luna collapses into her chair, sobbing quietly. The stream continues to roll. The sound cuts out for several seconds, just static and distorted breathing. When it returns, Luna is laughing again, eyes glassy. You wanted a show, she says. So here it is. She picks up the camera, breaking the frame, turning it toward herself handheld. The image jerks violently as she moves through the small apartment. Ethan shouts, following her out of frame. She faces herself in the bathroom mirror, Livestream still running. The audience sees both versions of her now, the glowing influencer and the trembling girl beneath. This is me, she whispers. This is real. The chat scrolls faster than she can read, begging her to stop. But she doesn't. The line between reality and performance is gone, replaced by the reflection of a woman who no longer knows where one ends and the other begins. The climax hits in a single, horrifying instant. The screen begins to stutter, audio lagging, visuals freezing. Luna's final words echo, "Don't look away." Ethan's voice shouts something off-screen, drowned by distortion. Then the feed cuts to black. For 3 seconds there's silence. Then, the chat explodes. Panic, disbelief, theories. Clips begin circulating instantly. People repost the frozen frame of Luna's last expression. Mouth open mid-scream, eyes wide. Some think it's staged. Others swear they heard something. A crash, a thud, a cry. The truth is buried in the noise. The live stream is over, but the story is only beginning. The screen goes black, but the internet never sleeps. Within minutes, Luna Ray's name trends across every platform. Clips flood timelines, frozen faces, distorted audio, endless speculation. Was it real? Was it a prank? Did something happen off-screen? 1,000 narratives bloom like wildfire. Ethan tries to shut it all down, deleting accounts, calling Luna's phone over and over. No answer. Maya sits alone in her apartment, scrolling through reposts of Luna's final moments. The comments swing between empathy and cruelty. She asked for it, one says. Someone help her, says another. The algorithm eats it all. Every repost, every theory, every meme. The truth doesn't matter anymore. Only virality does. Every influencer and commentator joins the feeding frenzy. Reaction videos pop up by the hour. Thumbnails screaming, "Gone too far," and Livestream nightmare explained. Some frame it as performance art. Others call it a breakdown. None of them know. But it doesn't matter. Each click builds another layer of myth. Maya watches one such video in disbelief, her old friend dissected by strangers for entertainment. She's not content, Maya mutters to herself. She's a person, but her voice is drowned out by the algorithmic chorus. Luna has become a symbol now, of fame, of failure, of everything wrong with digital culture. Then comes the flood of misinformation. Fake screenshots, edited audio, a so-called leaked clip claiming to show what happened after the blackout. Millions watch it. Most never question it. Ethan sees it too, jaw tight. That's not real, he mutters, slamming the laptop shut. But the narrative has escaped his hands. News outlets pick it up, twisting the story for clicks. Influencers' final live stream raises alarming questions. Digital fame gone deadly? Luna's apartment becomes a crime scene in public imagination. Everyone's a detective, everyone's a witness, everyone's complicit. By morning, Luna's last broadcast has become legend. Edits of her final words, "Don't look away," are remixed into songs, memes, and conspiracy documentaries. Her subscriber count explodes posthumously. The tragedy becomes content. The content becomes currency. Even those who claim to mourn her profit from her silence. Maya finally visits Luna's apartment. The ring light still glows faintly, left on all night. Makeup stains mark the desk. The chair is tipped over. The world outside debates theories. Inside, the air feels like it's still holding her breath. Maya whispers, "They'll never let you rest, will they?" Weeks later, the noise fades. New scandals take over. New trends rise. But Luna's ghost lingers in the algorithm. Her voice resurfacing in recommended clips, her face staring from half-forgotten thumbnails. Ethan deletes their shared channel, then hesitates before hitting confirm. It feels like erasing a person. He closes the laptop, finally letting the silence settle. Across the city, Maya posts a quiet message. Remember, Luna Ray. Not the viral clip, but the person behind it. It barely trends, but maybe for once, that's okay. For Luna, the fame she chased became the thing that consumed. For everyone watching, the feed goes on, endlessly scrolling, endlessly hungry. A month after the live stream, fragments of Luna's final night begin resurfacing. Hard drives, cloud backups, unreleased camera angles, all pieced together by online sleuths who claim they just want justice. Ethan watches the leaked footage with trembling hands. In it, Luna isn't screaming. She's whispering. Her voice is calm, fragile, human. "You said they wouldn't care," she tells Ethan. "But look, they're still watching." The unseen moments show a quieter story, exhaustion, isolation, a desperate need to be seen. Not a breakdown, not performance art, just a girl chasing attention in a digital void. The truth, finally visible, isn't cinematic or viral. It's painfully ordinary. Maya receives a copy of the same footage. She watches in silence, realizing that the story the internet built was all wrong. Luna wasn't unraveling for fame. She was pleading for connection. Her final "don't look away" wasn't a stunt. It was a cry to be seen, not as content, but as human. Maya exhales shakily, whispering, "You weren't crazy, Luna. You were lonely." She begins drafting a statement, not for views or outrage, but to set the record straight. She knows most won't believe her. Truth never trends as fast as spectacle. But she owes it to her friend to try. Ethan meets with a small journalist who's been investigating the case. The reporter asks, "Was it an accident?" Ethan stares blankly. "No," he says finally. "It was a story she couldn't stop telling." He hands over the full footage, eyes distant. "Just show who she really was." The reporter nods. Days later, the documentary drops. Not the viral kind, but a quiet, haunting piece titled "The Girl Who Couldn't Log Off." It doesn't hit millions of views, It doesn't need to. It's the first time Luna is portrayed as something more than a cautionary tale. She becomes a mirror reflecting all of us, chasing pixels that never fill the silence. When the documentary premieres online, it's met with silence. Not the viral uproar of before, but something deeper. People watch quietly, commenting things like, "I used to follow her. I didn't know she was hurting." For once, empathy trends over spectacle. Maya scrolls through the comments, tears welling. She finally got seen, she whispers. Just not the way she wanted. The film ends with Luna's final uncut words, spoken softly to no one in particular. If this doesn't go viral, maybe that's okay. For the first time, it feels like peace. Late one night, Ethan revisits Luna's private cloud storage. Hidden among drafts and thumbnails, he finds one final video, unlisted, never posted. In it, Luna talks candidly about why she started creating. "I thought if I shared enough, maybe someone would understand me." She pauses, smiling faintly. Maybe that's all any of us want. He sits there in silence, tears sliding down his face. The world had reduced her to a moment, a headline, a mystery. But here, in this final forgotten recording, she was just Luna. Flawed, hopeful, human. The truth wasn't viral. It was heartbreakingly quiet. Time moves on, but the echo of Luna Ray lingers in the background noise of the internet, buried under new scandals, new faces, new heartbreaks. Her story becomes a footnote in digital history, resurfacing every few months when someone rediscovers her final clip. But for those who knew her, Ethan, Maya, the silence she left behind feels louder than ever. Ethan walks through the city, passing billboards for creators and live streamers, all smiling under taglines promising authenticity. He recognizes the same hunger in their eyes that Luna once had. The same need to be seen. The same need to be seen. The irony burns. She gave everything to be remembered, and now she's a ghost haunting an algorithm that's already moved on. Maya takes the stage at a small panel about online ethics and mental health. She speaks quietly, deliberately, her voice steady but raw. "We lost someone because we turned her pain into performance," she says. The audience listens, some nodding, others checking their phones mid-speech. The irony doesn't escape her. She ends her talk with a simple plea. If you see someone slipping, don't comment, call. Don't share, care. The room falls silent. For a brief moment, it feels like her words might linger. But outside, the buzz of notifications begins again, pulling everyone back into the noise. A year later, Luna's final video is rediscovered by a small creator. They post it with a caption. She was ahead of her time. It goes modestly viral, not explosive, not frenzied, just enough to remind the world she existed. For once, the comments are kind. People talk about how they see themselves in her, how easy it is to lose control chasing the glow of a screen. Ethan sees the post one morning and doesn't feel anger this time, just sadness and relief. Maybe this is how her story needed to end. Not in spectacle, but in understanding. Maybe the world finally learned to look, not for drama, but for humanity. In an ironic twist, a streaming platform launches a digital memorial feature, a space where deleted channels of lost creators can be archived for remembrance. Luna's page becomes one of the first. It's filled with candle emojis, broken hearts, and quiet thank yous. The algorithm that once devoured her story now preserves her memory like a relic. Maya visits the page late one night, scrolling through the comments. For the first time, she doesn't cry. She smiles faintly. Luna would have liked this. Being remembered not for the stunt, but for the story. Somewhere in the endless hum of servers, her voice lingers. If this doesn't go viral, maybe that's okay. The final shot fades in slowly. Luna's old apartment, empty now. The camera pans across the desk. Dust gathering on the ring light, lipstick prints on a forgotten mug. A folded note beside the camera that simply reads, "Be kind." Outside, the city hums. New live streams, new creators, noise. But for a brief, breathless moment, the frame holds still. The voiceover returns, quiet and reflective. We built a world where everyone can be seen, but sometimes we forget that being seen and being known are not the same thing. The lights dim, and the screen fades to black, leaving only the faint sound of typing, echoing into silence.